Well, back to total football, and Chelsea will hope to ease the pressure on Graham Potter when they face Leeds United at Stamford Bridge tomorrow, looking to end a 6-game winless run in all competitions, losing 3 of those. Our reporter Michael Bridge has just been speaking to the Chelsea head coach. He joins us now. Hi there, Michael. Not just the results that aren't going Graham Potter's way, but the injury situation. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's well documented. Graham Potter has a big squad to choose from and a big amount of players in training, but there's a major blow for him because he's been so good for Chelsea, hasn't he? Thiago Silva, that knee injury he picked up against Tottenham in the first half last Sunday. We did report on Tuesday we expect him to be out for around 6 weeks, and Graham Potter pretty much confirmed that today as well. So that's a real blow to him ahead of 2 massive games. Chelsea tomorrow, that's always been a bit of a rivalry, but of course Chelsea in mid-table just doesn't look good for them, so they're going to miss him, and of course they'll miss him for Tuesday's huge Champions League match against Dortmund. Also out as well, Reece James has got a hamstring problem, and it looks like Mason Mount will miss the game as well with a slight knock. And we actually talked about Mason Mount as well in his contract situation. He's not agreed a new deal yet. And is that affecting his form? He came on against Tottenham the other day and picked up an early yellow card. Well, this is what Graham Potter had to say to me on Mason Mount.
Mason is for us has been great to work with. He's been top. He's suffering like the rest of us because we want to do better. We want better results. But in terms of the contract, that's between him and the club. I'm the head coach, and I get on with my job to work with the players and help them improve. And at the moment, we're not doing that as well as we'd like. So that's the focus for me.
You want to make a lot of changes, obviously, and in the summer, I'm sure you want to make changes in and out as well. Is that someone you want at this football club going forward?
Well, I'm not thinking about the summer, with the greatest respect. I'm thinking about tomorrow's match. That's all I'm thinking about. Preparing the team, helping the team, getting better results, getting a better performance, and responding to the bad moment that we're in. That's the focus.
And Michael, in terms of Chelsea's form, it's staggering, isn't it? They've only won 2 of their last 15 games, and remarkably, they've only scored 6 goals in all competitions since November. So how crucial are these next 2 games for Graham Potter?
Absolutely crucial. I mean, I did say to him, does he see it how crucial these 2 games are in terms of his future? He's just focusing on tomorrow's game. But I do wonder if he might consider bringing in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang tomorrow. Of course, he's not in Chelsea's Champions League squad. That will hurt him, but he did come on against Tottenham. But I myself and other reporters asked him in the press conference about who needs to do better, and he said we all need to do better. At the end of the day, he's the head coach. He needs to do better as well. But he seemed in a decent mood. He realises how big these next 2 games were. But are they pivotal for his future? I'm not so sure. I think he's got a feeling that he thinks he'll be okay. Of course, we asked him as well about the owners, that he speaks to Todd Bowley all the time, and that they talk often, which is obviously very, very important for him. But his full focus is on the next match. And of course, you look at the league table as well, mid-table, it's very, very unlikely that they'll be in the Champions League next season. So I asked him as well, is it a good for Chelsea maybe just to be out of Europe altogether? And it's something he didn't want to contemplate because they're not completely out of contention for Europa League or a Conference League space. But look, there's one thing clear tomorrow. It is a massive, massive game for Graham Potter and Chelsea. And he also called on those fans. He said he thanks the fans. He completely understands the frustrations they've had over the last few weeks, especially seeing the previous results, including that 1-0 defeat against Southampton. So it's a huge game for him tomorrow. And of course, a massive one as well midweek against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League.
Well, the results are the results, and ultimately the coach is responsible. So we have to improve those. That's the first thing. And then you have to look at the performance of the team and how we can improve that, because if you improve the performance of the team, you can get better results. It's not an exact science, but that's certainly the area. So that's my responsibility, and that's what I have to do.
But you seem to be taking a lot of that responsibility on your shoulders.
Well, as a head coach, I think you have to. That's the job. I don't think it's a total responsibility, but it's certainly a huge responsibility. And like I said, the results haven't been good enough. We know that, and we accept that. There's no hiding behind it. We have to do better, and it starts with me.
Head coach, results need to be better. He needs to do better. They all need to be better. Will it be better for him and Chelsea tomorrow when they play rivals Leeds?
Thank you very much indeed, Michael.